Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the world's most secretive countries, North Korea. But here's the twist. I'm finding out exactly what $50 can get you as a visitor. No politics, just pure curiosity. What does daily life look like through the lens of a single bill? From hotels to meals, subway rides to souvenirs, we'll see how far $50 really goes. This isn't a travel guide, just a rare window into a place few ever see. Let's get started and see what $50 can do in North Korea. First up, where do you sleep for $50 in Pyongyang? In a city that's mostly off-limits to independent travelers, your options are limited, but that's part of what makes the experience so unique. All hotels for tourists are state-run, and prices are fixed. There's no haggling, no last-minute deals, and definitely no online booking. You're assigned a hotel by your tour company, and that's where you'll stay. I handed over my 50 and got a room in one of the designated hotels. The process is straightforward, but there's a sense of formality and watchfulness that's hard to ignore. The room? Basic, but spotless, and surprisingly spacious, with a retro Soviet vibe. It feels like stepping into a different era, with everything preserved just so. Furniture is simple: a firm bed, a small desk, a wardrobe, and a TV with only state-run channels. The TV plays a loop of government news and patriotic music, a constant reminder of where you are. No Wi-Fi, no luxury extras, just the essentials: clean sheets, hot water, and a view of a quiet boulevard below. The silence outside is almost surreal, with barely any traffic or noise. The bathroom is functional and clean, with a small bar of soap and a towel. There's no fancy toiletries, but everything you need is there, and it's all immaculately kept. It's not about comfort or luxury, it's about providing a secure, controlled space for visitors. Security cameras in the hallways and staff at every turn remind you that privacy is limited. The details, old wallpaper, heavy curtains, make it feel like a time capsule. Every corner of the room tells a story of decades past, untouched by modern trends. For $50, you get a safe, clean place to sleep and a unique glimpse into North Korean hospitality. It's a rare chance to see daily life from the inside, even if it's just for a night. It's not the Four Seasons, but it's an experience you won't find anywhere else. The contrast between this and a luxury hotel is stark, but that's what makes it memorable. And just like that, my entire budget is gone. One night, one room, $50. It's a reminder that travel here is tightly controlled, and every dollar counts. It's a stark reminder of how different the value of money is here for tourists. What feels like a bargain elsewhere is a splurge in Pyongyang, and your choices are always limited. So, what else could $50 buy in this city? Let's reset the challenge and find out what other experiences Pyongyang has to offer for the same price. Imagine you had another $50. What could you eat? For that, you could enjoy a lavish, multi-course traditional Korean meal for 2 or 3 people. The highlight: Pyongyang cold noodles, a national treasure, served in icy, tangy broth. The table would be filled with kimchi varieties, pickled veggies, savory pancakes, and banchan. Add Korean barbecue, grilling marinated meats at your table, wrapping them in lettuce with spicy sauces. The setting is grand, often with live folk music and attentive service. Drinks? Local beer or soju, all included. For tourists, $50 buys a feast, an immersive, curated showcase of North Korean cuisine. It's a stark contrast to daily life for locals. But for visitors, it's a culinary event. If you had a separate food budget, $50 would go a long way. Let's see what else you could do with that same amount. What about sightseeing? If you're curious about what it's actually like to explore North Korea's capital, here's what you can expect as a visitor. In North Korea, independent exploration isn't allowed. Tours are mandatory, and every moment is supervised. You'll always be accompanied by at least one government-approved guide, and often a driver as well. For $50, you get a half-day guided tour. That includes a personal guide, a driver, and a set itinerary that leaves little room for improvisation. Every stop is carefully chosen, and every route is planned in advance. The tour usually begins at the Mansu Hill Grand Monument, where you're expected to lay flowers at the feet of the giant bronze statues of the country's leaders. a moment that's both ceremonial and symbolic. Next, you'll visit the Juche Tower, a soaring monument to the country's guiding philosophy. Take the elevator to the top for a panoramic view of Pyongyang's skyline, a rare chance to see the city from above. The tour continues with a drive past the Arch of Triumph and Kim Il-sung Square, two of the city's most iconic and grandiose sights. You'll see wide boulevards, imposing monuments, and carefully maintained public spaces. Throughout the tour, your guides provide the official narrative, sharing stories and facts that align with the government's perspective. They'll answer your questions, but only within strict boundaries. Some topics are simply off-limits. You'll also get to ride the ornate Pyongyang metro for a few stops, descending into stations decorated with chandeliers and mosaics. It's a brief opportunity to mingle with locals, though interactions are limited. For $50 you're granted access, not freedom, but a curated crash course in the country's history, ideology, and architecture. Every moment is designed to showcase the best of Pyongyang, as the government wants you to see it. The experience is structured, controlled, and, despite the restrictions, truly unforgettable. It's a glimpse into a world that remains mysterious to most outsiders. The tour is your only way to see Pyongyang's highlights as a visitor, and it's a rare opportunity to witness the city's unique blend of grandeur and secrecy. $50 buys you a window into a world few outsiders ever see. A tightly managed, yet fascinating introduction to North Korea's capital. But what about souvenirs? Let's check out what you can bring home for the same price. Next up, souvenirs. Time for souvenirs. What does $50 get you in a North Korean market? Let's take a closer look at what you can actually buy, and how far your money can stretch in this unique shopping experience. At designated shops, you'll find a fascinating array of items: propaganda posters, colorful postcards, and traditional handicrafts, all carefully arranged to catch your eye. These markets are a window into the country's culture and history, offering souvenirs you won't find anywhere else. Posters and postcards are just $1 or $2 each, making them some of the most affordable mementos. With $50, you could collect dozens of these vibrant pieces, each one featuring iconic imagery or scenes from daily life in North Korea. If you're looking for something more substantial, hand-painted lacquerware boxes or ceramics are a great choice. These cost $20 to $30, and each piece is crafted with care, featuring unique designs that reflect local artistry and tradition. Books by the country's leaders, translated into many languages, are about $10 each. These books are not just souvenirs, they're a glimpse into the country's ideology and leadership, and make for a truly unusual addition to any collection. North Korean stamps, famous among collectors worldwide, cost $10 to $15 per set. Each set often features historical events, national symbols, or portraits, making them both collectible and educational. Ginseng tea, local snacks, and soju are also available, ranging from $5 to $20 each. These edible souvenirs let you literally taste a bit of North Korea and are perfect for sharing with friends back home. For $50, you could walk away with a beautiful lacquer box, a translated book, a set of postcards, and a bottle of soju, with change to spare for a few snacks or stamps. It's surprising how much you can fit into your shopping bag. Unlike at hotels or tourist restaurants, here your money stretches far, letting you bring home a bag full of unique mementos. Each purchase is a conversation starter and a memory of your journey. Each item is a story, a piece of North Korea's culture and ideology captured in a tangible form. These souvenirs are more than just objects. They're a way to connect with a place few get to see. Let's see what cultural experiences $50 can buy. Next, we'll explore museums and monuments and discover even more about this fascinating country. Museums in Pyongyang are grand, and entry is surprisingly cheap, usually $5 to $10. The Victorious Fatherland Liberation War Museum is a must-see, massive, immersive, and intensely curated. For $10, you get a guided tour through dramatic dioramas and halls of artifacts, plus a walk aboard the captured USS Pueblo. With $50, you could visit several museums in a single day, each offering a deep dive into the country's official history. Other options: the Korean Revolution Museum, or the Three Revolutions exhibition, both monumental in scale. Museums here are more than collections. They're powerful tools of state storytelling. For tourists, it's a rare, unfiltered look at the narrative that shapes North Korean identity. $50 is more than enough for a full day of museum hopping. Now, let's see how far that money goes on public transport. Spoiler, it's wild. Public transport is dirt cheap. One metro ride costs less than a cent. For $50, you could buy thousands of tickets, enough for a lifetime of rides. But as a tourist, you're limited to a short guided metro trip, usually just a stop or two. The Pyongyang Metro is stunning, deep underground, marble pillars, chandeliers, and revolutionary murals. Riding with locals, even briefly, is a rare glimpse into daily life. Buses and trolleybuses are off-limits to tourists, but fares are similarly tiny. The real value isn't in how far you can go, but in the experience itself. $50 here is almost infinite, but your access is tightly controlled. Still, the metro ride is one of the most memorable moments you'll have. Let's see what kind of show you can catch for the same price. For $50 you can see world-class North Korean performances. A ticket to the Pyongyang Circus costs about $35. Jaw-dropping acrobatics, vibrant costumes, and patriotic music. Or, catch a music and dance show at the Grand Theater for around $20. Traditional dances, orchestral pieces, and operatic solos. Performances are polished, professional, and deeply tied to national pride. With money left over, you can buy a program or a small souvenir. For less than a Broadway ticket, you get a unique, unforgettable cultural experience. It's a window into the country's artistry and discipline. $50 buys you a night of entertainment you'll never forget. That's what $50 can buy in North Korea. A hotel room, a feast, a guided tour, a bag of souvenirs, museum visits, metro rides, or a night at the circus. The value of money here is full of contrasts. Sometimes it goes far, sometimes it's gone in a flash. This journey wasn't about judgment, just curiosity and understanding. If you enjoyed this rare look inside North Korea, please subscribe and share your thoughts below. Which $50 experience surprised you most? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next adventure.